Hello everyone. In this video, we will show how we can use ChatGPT for architecting and designing any software system. For our case, we take the example of city bike system in which we are in first step. We will identify the functional specification, quality attribute, and software standards and constraint for the following business case. So we are going to simply copy and paste here, and after that we will wait for a moment and we will wait what kind of functional specification, quality attribute and software standards and constraints ChatGPT will provide us. So basically we are having a couple of functional specification, quality attribute and software standards. If you want to get a more comprehensive output, then you simply just separate functional specification from the quality attribute and software standards, so you will get a more detail from this. For example, if you are not satisfied with these requirements, you can simply regenerate these responses and you will have some more or maybe more comprehensive functional specification than the previous one. So let's, for example, we are going to agree on this functional specification, quality attribute, and software standards and constraints. In the next step in architecture and design process of software development, we are going to ask the ChatGPT propose the suitable software architecture style for this business case. Let's suppose we are taking this these are requirement here, and we are again providing this input. So for example, ChatGPT asks us, so this is a client service architecture style. If you are in the first phase, ChatGPT is proposing a client server architecture style based on these requirements. But if you are not satisfied, or if you want to generate some other if you want to get some other kind of service architecture style, you can ask to regenerate responses based on this requirement. So let's suppose in this case the ChatGPT proposed the most suitable software architecture style for the business case is microservices architecture style. So also this is the ChatGPT explaining why this microservices architecture style is suitable for the above mentioned case. So next, in the next step, we are asking, okay, generate the possible microservices for the same business case. Let's see what we are getting. So here are some possible microservices for the city bike business case. So we've identified the microservices like user management service, payment service, bike rental service, bike availability service, bike tracking service, reporting service, notification service, and geolocation service, maintenance service, and analytics service. So these are some of the possible services. So here we are, so far we are on an architectural analysis phase. So let's move on some kind of modeling perspective. So what we want, right now we want from the ChatGPT, okay, propose some sort of the diagram. In our case, let's we are asking for the component diagram. So again, we have a same business case, but now we change the input and we say ask to ChatGPT propose the plant UML component diagram for the following business case. Why plant UML? Because we cannot directly generate the graphical diagram from the ChatGPT, and here we are going to we will have some sort of the code from the ChatGPT. But here, what I can see it, these are we cannot directly generate component diagram from this code that right now we are having. Just because of that, I'm going to use one another tool that is like a plant UML web server. So we will use this tool. So it seems that we cannot directly use. If we are using this code, then we will have some errors that are not easy to address. So let's stop for a while, and then we are going to regenerate again the response for the plant UML diagram, and let's see what we will have now. So we are going to simply copy this code from here. We will paste in a plant UML editor, and let's see. So here we have a component diagram. One shape of the component diagram is still, if you are not satisfied, you really want a UML component, then regenerate it. So what I feel so far, the ChatGPT always gives you some sort of the very different and strange output in some cases. Okay, we are again copy and going to paste here. So now you can see this is the one possible city bike system. For example, if you want to improve it, you can just simply write, okay, I want to improve this diagram, or maybe you provide some decent layout, then you will have some decent layout as well. So the in next phase, we will generate the class diagram based on the same uh, business case. We will paste, copy and paste here. And here we will get the code of the plant UML for the city bike business case. Even with you can also see the some properties, methods, etc. in this class diagram. Same, we will choose a plant UML, the another editor that is for actually for the class diagram. Okay, so you will also find some explanation for this class diagram as well. We are not going into details, just we will copy only code from here, and then we will paste in the plant UML editor that is actually for the class diagram. And here we go for the, okay, we find the errors. I'm not going to address these errors here, and I will go back in the ChatGPT and will regenerate it. And another way is this, you just copy and paste here and ask to ChatGPT, okay, identify the errors, and or maybe you can also ask remove the errors, and after that you will get back the like a correct code. Copy and code, this is a plant UML class diagram. Yeah, now we will have a city bikes class diagram. So in next phase, we are doing some more interesting stuff in which basically we are going to ask identify the possible design pattern for the same class diagram that we generated. We will write this instruction here for the ChatGPT. I am going to copy this code uh, from the editor and I will paste here. So let's go for it. So now ChatGPT will give you a suggestion of some possible design pattern, like you can see it singleton, factory method, observer, strategy, whatever are the possible patterns for improving the code. So let's suppose I'm going to apply singleton pattern, and I said, okay, apply this pattern. Let's suppose in our case it's a kind of singleton pattern. Copy from here, paste, and then just take this code, so it's a bit easy from here. and go. So now you will find the improved code in which the singleton pattern is used when we want to ensure that there is only one instance of the class in the system. So now ChatGPT is applying a singleton pattern on the same class that we have identified, a class diagram that we have identified over here. And once it's ready, we are going to put the same in a plant UML web server for the class diagram. It's ready now. Okay, and then so this diagram is from the previous code. Now we are looking at, now we have a bit change diagram, so we can do it. So if we want to put some other pattern, like okay, so we really want to change something, let's use the decorator pattern. And the same what we are doing here. Okay, we are asking the singleton pattern, and now apply singleton pattern. Okay, let's copy this code from here and apply the decorator pattern. Yeah, so we will have the, anyway, now I am using the free version, so too many requests in 1 hour, I cannot proceed further, so I'm going to conclude it. So what we did in this video, actually, first of all, we generated the software specification, quality attribute, and after that standards and constraints. Based on those standard constraints, we asked to ChatGPT to propose some suitable software architecture, and we got the microservices architecture style. Based on that, we actually design the component diagram and then class diagram, and on a class diagram we apply several patterns. So that's it from so in this way actually we did the architectural analysis part.